Inspiring Women is a TV show where we bring women leaders from all around the world and share their success stories. Today we have with us a person who can be best described as an author, a mother, a motivational speaker. She also writes for the Huffington Post, the Mind and Body Network, and many other sites. Please let us welcome Ms. Tami Shaikh. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
In one of your writings, you have mentioned that everyone has a story to tell, either of our own or of someone we love. So we would really love to know, what is your story?
My story is like everyone else on this earth, a story of failures, successes, falling down and then picking myself up, a story of loving the people around me and, just moving on, moving on with myself. And I think my life I started a new beginning in 2011 when I picked up my 3 children and no money. And I lived in my sister's living room for about a few months. And at that point, I decided that everything I'm going to do moving forward would be out of love, out of something that I want to do. And it wouldn't be something that I just didn't enjoy.
So till date, you have authored 3 books, The Ocean in a Drop, Detox Your Soul, and The 11th Step. So what inspired you to write?
What inspires me to write? I have just always written. Ever since I was 5 or 6 years old, writing has been everything to me. And I think another thing that inspires me is life. These days, it's just life in general, people in general. And I think one thing that we tend to forget as humans is that our stories are all so connected. We are all so similar. We think we're different, but you can meet someone all the way in Greece, and then someone in California, or someone in Pakistan, and someone in South Africa, and we all have the same stories. We all have the same emotions and feelings. So life inspires me, people inspire me.
That's beautiful. You have contributed to the book series Chicken Soup for the Soul with the story Fear of Rejection. What is the main message that you wanted to convey through this article?
I think that as humans, we fear things. We fear the steps we're taking, the decisions we're making. We even fear success because we don't even understand how we will deal with it. And so the reason I wrote that story, it was a bit hard for me because it was kind of very personal, that story was. But I think that when we're at a point in life when we're making a decision, either we can make a decision out of fear, or we could make it out of going towards our authentic self, going towards love. And that's what my story was trying to say, that fear is always there, but to overcome it is what gets you the success or the happiness or the peace.
You've mentioned that writing has been your oxygen, your therapy and your love for as long as you can remember. So could you tell us something about your style of writing? As in, do you begin with the germ of an idea and think that I'll do this in the middle and this in the end, or do you just go with the flow and see where your writing takes you?
I start writing, I wake up 4 a.m. every day and I have to write. I have to. And no, I don't plan anything. I just sit in front of my laptop and I write whatever comes to my mind. And a lot of it makes no sense. A lot of it is just, okay, whatever. I have 4 books that are half written, but I get stuck because I don't know what's going to happen next. And so as I'm writing, I can write 12, 14 hours a day without eating, without even realizing that 14 hours have passed. And I literally feel like it's, and this might sound really weird, but I feel like it's my prayer, it's my connection with the higher being, because it's literally being poured into me. And so no, actually structure makes me feel more constrained, like I'm not writing from my heart.
So you go with the flow.
I just go with the flow.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, basically, yeah, I do.
Okay. You plan to write a book on refugees, which has been a burning issue over the past years and even in the present context. So could you tell us what new angle you plan to show the readers through your book?
So, okay, so I'll go back a bit. So in California, where I live, I work for an organization that's called Sahara. And basically, we help the South Asian community with, people going through domestic violence, people going through hard times, people that are trying to put their life back together again. So my role in that organization is I am a civil rights person. I'm a citizenship coordinator. And basically what that means is I help refugees, asylees, people who want the American citizenship, I help them on their path. And while working there, I met so many refugees that I couldn't help. And it kept on breaking my heart as to, I wish I could do more. I wish I could do more. And I also realized one thing, that the refugees that finally come to America at least are settled. They're a bit settled. They have some future. They have something going for them. I wanted to see refugees around the world at different points in their lives. Does their mindset ever change? Do they ever feel like they're in, their new home is their home? So that's what I wanted to bring to them, to the world. My book, number one, awareness about the refugee situation. Number two, at different periods in their lives, does their thinking change? Do they finally feel like this is home for them?
You're a mother, you're a motivational speaker, you're a writer, and then you write for the Huffington Post. You're also there in a non-profit organization. The amount of work that you've managed to do is absolutely amazing. Could you tell us, how do you manage to balance your demand for writing with so many other responsibilities?
I think when you do things with love, it just comes. It's hard. I have to admit, it is hard. I wake up at 4 a.m. and from 4 to 7 I write. 7, get ready to work, go to work, and then I have my children and I have other things. But I think, like I said earlier, when I started a new beginning in my life, I did decide that I'm going to only do things that bring me joy. I'm also a full-time grad student too. I go to school full-time too. So just to add to that, but I think, like I said earlier, when I had my new start in 2011, I decided that everything I'm going to do would be with love, things that I enjoy doing, things that make me happy. I surround myself with people that are supportive, my family, my friends, and every time I start to feel a little pulled down, a little down, I have amazing people who just pull me up. And yeah, so I think when you do things with love and happiness, it just happens.
Now, when you look back, what do you think was a major obstacle that you faced, and how did you pull through it?
I think the most major obstacle that I had to deal with was my own inner insecurities. I think that as a person that, and all of us went through a really difficult time period in my life, I think to build the confidence that people do want to read my work, that people do want to know more about me, that people do want to see my struggles, and they do want to see how I'm doing well. I think that was my biggest obstacle, to get over my own fears and my own insecurities.
You're such an accomplished person. So can you tell us about one accomplishment that you feel is the most significant for you in your life?
Well, thank you. I don't feel so accomplished. I feel like I'm just going on my journey and trying to do what I want to do. But I think my biggest accomplishment are my children. Because I think for me, when I was down in life, they were not even pursuing their dreams. And now once I went after my dreams, every single one of my child is going after their dreams. They're kind, they help nonprofits, they work, they've become more open-minded. And I think that's what I would want to leave behind when I leave this world.